What's up, my name's Sir Eclipse, and today we'll be exploring the abandoned Grande Ballroom here in Detroit, Michigan. Abandoned in 1972. This place once hosted some of the biggest rock acts back in the late 60s, early 70s. And there's a lot of nice architecture here, so we're going to go over the history with you guys, show you a little bit around here, and hope you guys enjoy. Starting off here, we got the stage where the people used to play. There's a lot of people that used to play here at this place. Pink Floyd played here, Led Zeppelin, Chuck Berry, all of them. And it's a very historic place. Before it was a rock venue, it was a jazz ballroom up until the early 60s. The owners refused to adapt the place into a more modern venue in the 60s, so it eventually was sold to become a roller skating rink. It stayed that until Russ Gibb bought it in 1966, turned it into a rock venue after a trip in 1965 or 1966, where he saw that Detroit didn't have a venue. He went to the Fillmore in San Francisco, saw that Detroit didn't have a rock venue like that, so he bought the Grande Ballroom. He was a very big music promoter and stuff like that. And he bought this along with a whole bunch of other buildings too, in which he became known as the person who would host all these events. Now, he abandoned this place in the 1972, just 6 years after he bought it, because he needed a bigger space than what the Grande Ballroom hosted, because the Grande Ballroom only could hold 1,500 people. So he went on to other venues and abandoned this, as I said, in 1972. Obviously, there's been some fire damage here throughout the years. There's a lot of pictures of this building early on. It's like about the early 2010s, but now it's not in very good shape for what it is, as you can see. But there's you can still see all the beautiful architecture this place once had. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's just really nice. You can see the stage over there too. There's been some plants that have started to grow. There's a couple dips in the floor and all that. I wouldn't even step over here because that's all hardwood, so I don't want to fall through the floor or something like that. But you can see just how nice this building once would have been. And you really feel the atmosphere of just how this place would have been once upon a time. Obviously, it's not that anymore, but you can still see the historical value of this building here for what it is.
Go that way.
Yeah. Also today we're being joined by Terry.
What's up, guys?
He's a pretty common sight in these videos. But you can see, I mean, look at that architecture. This building uses a mix of Art Deco, Mediterranean revival, and Spanish revival. It's basically a sister location to the Grande Ballroom on the east side, on East Jefferson. This is the one that's for the west side on Grand River. Right out, this thing right here would be Grand River Avenue. And the bottom floors hosted shops. The top part, as I said, was originally a ballroom, later turned into a rock venue. As I said, the rock venue lasted until 1972, when it was abandoned, and it's sat abandoned since then, with major damage, of course. But you can still see some of the, as I said, a lot of the architecture on the top there. The place is definitely decayed within the last 15 years, though. If you look at a picture of this from the 2010s, it looks a lot better. There's barely no roof decay or nothing like that, but now it's not quite the same story. And I think I said on the first floor they had shops. But I mean, look at this architecture, though. I mean, where do you see that nowadays, you know? There's not a lot of places. This would have been the fire door. It's just a very, very nice building for what it is, even though it's decayed and stuff like that. It's just very nice. I'm not going to go up there because that's really sketchy, but yeah. talk about a staircase that doesn't look very safe. But yeah, also Ted Nugent, one of Detroit's finest for music-wise, got his start here actually. I forgot what the name of the band was, but his original band would have played right up there on that theater right there. And as you know, as I said, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. There's a whole bunch. You can look up a whole list on the internet about just who played here, but you could just see what this place once would have been. And this place is, it's pretty hard to get into and whatnot for what it is. So there hasn't been a lot of documentation inside this place in the last couple years, but we were able to get inside because we're able to get inside right now. Not very secured, but in the last couple years it's been pretty hard though. So there hasn't been a lot of documentation, but as I said, there's a lot of roof damage throughout the whole building. A lot of it looks like fire damage, as you can see the black charred ceiling tiles, but a lot of it is just normal decay, it looks like. It looks like just all utility stuff. Well, not utilities like ductwork and stuff like that over there. Let me grab my flashlight because we put them down here over here. This building's not very big. It's only 2 stories tall, so it's not going to be a very long video for what it is. But it still should be pretty interesting. We'll take you guys on downstairs to the first floor where all the shops would have been. There's not really much down there anymore, but there's still some stuff, but not much. You can see just how nice these stairs are. I mean, those are some fancy stairs for what it is. You don't really get to see, as I said, many places like this anymore. This is one of the last ballrooms ever in Detroit. It's contested with the Grande Ballroom, but a lot of people do believe that this was the last ballroom that was remaining in Detroit. Yeah, the shop area doesn't really have that much left. Let me turn my ass here for you guys. That's the magic of having a good low light cameras. You can see. Now, I'm not going to step down here because there's a lot of holes and stuff like that, but yeah, you can kind of see how there's a hole right there. But you can see where the basement stairs would have been down there. And this is where all the shops would have been. I think it held like 6 shops in here. A lot of debris. But overall, it's a very... There's a lot of history to this building. It's very fascinating. Not a very big building, but it's very historic for Detroit. This is basically where the rock and roll genre of Detroit really got its start. And it's really fascinating because of that. That's where the back entrance over there, that's the other staircase, is. Going back up again. Turn on my flashlight and stuff like that because we don't need flashlights up here. Turn down the ISO a little bit. What else we got here? What's your favorite part about this building, Terry?
Me personally, I think the basement is probably the best part.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You don't think this is the best part?
No, actually, no. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I like the...
I think my favorite part of these, like the corner pieces and these little arches in the middle here. Those are very, very nice.
I like the stage, to be honest.
The stage is really cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still deciding, but my head's going towards the stage in the basement.
Yeah. Well, the basement reminds me of the Cedars, which we've also explored on this channel before.
And
what's that?
the railing too.
Yeah.
Is my favorite part too.
That railing's nice. I mean, that's a fancy railing. It has that same, I don't know if it's intentional, but it has that same arch as these things right here. I wonder if that's intentional or not. It probably is, because, well, architecture, they designed the building from the ground up. Now, I wonder what this would have been like at one point, because it's like a blue and a red.
And then it like goes up.
It's like a little archway almost, but it doesn't finish. Well, you can't really tell because it's not really. Looks that would have been fire damage right there, maybe. Because I don't think they would have had just bricks just sitting there. But
That's not
lots of the part of the building you can't really go into because I just really don't trust it, but I'll show you some of the parts. We're kind of just poke in there just so you guys can see it. There's a lot of random items around. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, there's a stage once again. And yeah, I don't know, besides that, that's the Grande Ballroom, a short little tour. I thought I would do this video because there hasn't been much documentation on this place. And definitely, documentation that's been done does not look like this. It looks a lot nicer, but it's good to show what, you know, the present is too. So this is the Grande Ballroom here in 2024. If you guys did enjoy and like to do more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, besides that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.